Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the June 3rd, 2024 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? So glad to be with you. At the time I'm recording this, we have a gray, overcast day. We had rain early this morning, and it looks like it's threatening to rain once again. So looks like it's going to be one of those overcast, gray, somewhat warm, late spring, early summer days, because June 3rd, you know what, like around the 20th of June or somewhere around there, it'll be the first day of summer and we'll be into summer. But I guess you could count the weather that we're having right now as being very, very summer-like. And I hope the weather is more agreeable, blue skies, bright sunshine, warm temperatures where you are. And I'm sure this will pass. We'll probably brighten up towards the end of the day is my thought. I mean, the day that this is being broadcast and heard, I'm sure it's going to be a really, really nice day. So every once in a while, you got to have a little bit of rain to appreciate the blue skies and sunshine. Isn't that isn't that the way it goes? Absolutely. And how are you this morning? I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Once more, we're using Folgers instant coffee. My gosh. And I got to tell you, I made an 8-ounce cup, and I used like a teaspoon and a quarter of Folgers instant, and this came out a lot better. I mean, this is really good. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, that is very, very good. Wow, I like that a lot. And again, there's something in the background of the taste of this that tells me it's instant coffee. There's something there. I can't quite express the sensation, but there is something there that little lilt of a something that tells me it's an instant coffee. But it still is very, very good. It's still delightful. But I think there is a difference between a brewed or percolated coffee and instant coffee. So I'm not so sure those commercials back in the day were very accurate, where they substituted instant coffee for fresh percolated coffee in a fine restaurant. Oh, I can't tell the difference. I think you can. But nonetheless, it's still a satisfying cup of coffee. Let me put it to you that way. And speaking of coffee, I had a shave the other day with a couple of items that I haven't used in a long time, and I wanted to bring them to your attention. I happen to use the original cappuccino razor from Global Shave Company, which is now Swiss Shave. This is a black and chrome razor. It's a straight handle. It has a black textured handle and a chrome cap and base plate, chrome neck, and a little bit of chroming right on the end of the handle, and a little bit of a chrome ring right there about the middle of the handle, a chrome ring in the middle of the handle and a chrome ring right there at the end of the handle. Very straight handle. Boy, I had a shave with this. This was wonderful. This razor really delivered a fantastic shave. And I came across it in the shave den. I thought cappuccino. Wow. Hey, let's use this one again. Because of all the coffee talk, I was inspired to use it, and it really delivered a beautiful, beautiful shave. Now, they also have a newer version called the Cappuccino 2, which is black and gold and entirely made of noble brass. It's less than $25. I also have that one too, so I have both of those reviews. The original Cappuccino razor was reviewed about 5 years ago, and the Cappuccino 2, I have 2 reviews on that. And both of those ran about 3 years ago. So all you have to do is just search my name, Mark Zarady, and the word cappuccino, CAPPUCCINO, and those reviews will come up. And I really enjoyed the shaves with these razors. Really, really terrific. But this original cappuccino, I really like the look. I like the handle. And it's definitely a favorite. And I haven't used it in a while. Pulled it out, delivered a great, great shave. It has an Edwin Jagger style razor head, and it delivered a very, very smooth, efficient shave. Very much in the ballpark of an Edwin Jagger, with maybe just a little more efficiency, maybe just a little more. But really terrific, terrific razor nonetheless. And the shave soap I used is one that I haven't used in about 3 years. I reviewed it. I bought 3 of these from this company. And well, I'll just tell you what the company is rather than beat around the bush here. It's Olive Blossom Soap Company out of Chillicothe, Ohio. I cannot remember who mentioned this soap company to me. But I went ahead and I ordered 3 of their tallow and shea shave soaps. It's a tallow and shea formula. And my gosh, did this make an absolutely wonderful, wonderful lather. I mean, it was really a terrific, terrific lather. I need to review this again because it's very, very good. I was really, really surprised at how wonderful and creamy and really just a creamy, yogurty, wonderful lather from this tallow and shea formula. Really, really terrific. Now, the current crop of scents they have are here. Let me get that. Let me bring it up here for you right now. Yes, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at their webpage. Oh, by the way, we'll give you the website right now. It's www.oliveblossom.soap.com. And they have a lot of different shave products up there. But the current offerings in shave soaps are Barbershop, Mahogany Teak, Blackstrap, Oak Moss Sandalwood, Blueberry Vanilla, Milk and Honey, and Yuzu, Y-U-Z-U. That one sounds wonderful. Sparkling citrus with notes of lemon, orange, mandarin, and yuzu. How about that? Now, I originally bought from them Barbershop, cranberry and citrus peel, which I don't believe they offer anymore, and Silver Mountain. Now, Silver Mountain is not listed here, but it is in their photograph. So I'd have to get a hold of them and ask them if they currently offer a Silver Mountain. Looking at the drop-down menu here, it doesn't look like Silver Mountain is on that list. And Silver Mountain is a Creed-like scent, as I recall. Now, I have it here, and I haven't used these soaps in 3 years. I just kind of capped them up and set them on the shelf, and they got kind of squirreled away. And I was really, really happy to find them again. And the Silver Mountain, the scent is still there. It's dissipated a little bit, but the scent is still there. And I'm thinking maybe if I add some water to it and work it into a lather, that sort of thing, that scent will come back. And I'm thinking it will. The cranberry and citrus peel is a wonderful scent. Oh, and the scent is still there. That is marvelous. Now, this is completely dried out. And I need to add some water to that. And I think that scent is really going to really burst forward. And the Barbershop is what I used in my shave. And, oh, yeah, that's a marvelous, marvelous Barbershop scent. A classic Barbershop scent. Marvelous. And after 3 years, that scent is still there. And again, it made a beautiful, creamy, yogurty full-bodied lather that gave a lot of nice slickness. I really, really enjoyed it. So we're definitely going to have to use these on camera again. And I finished up with, when I used the barbershop, I finished up with Avon Wild Country aftershave. My gosh, was that fantastic. That just really finished it off very, very nicely. So it's kind of a classic shave with a great razor from Swiss Shave, Global Shave Company, the Cappuccino, and a great barbershop scented shave soap that offered a lot of performance. We're going to link Olive Blossom Soap Company below so you can get a look at all of their offerings. And again, what they have listed here doesn't necessarily match what is in the picture. In the picture, they have Silver Mountain, iced coffee, vetiver, dirty grapefruit, coffee and cane sugar. Those are not offered on their list here. But what they do offer on their list, which you can purchase, seem to be really, really very, very inviting. Now, this yuzu sounds wonderful. The barbershop scent profile is bergamot, lemon, cool mint, green accord, sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, and musk. I am going to have to get some of that and compare it to what I have here, because I don't think that's the scent profile of what I'm holding in my hand here. However, 4.75 ounces for $10.36. How about that? I believe I paid $12.95 3 years ago. So here's something where the price has fallen a little bit. So we're going to link them below. I'm going to send them an email and ask them about their current line of shave soap offerings, and we'll get you an update on that. And yeah, it was just a really, really wonderful, wonderful shave with a tallow and shave formula shave soap. Really, really terrific. So I'm looking forward to having more shaves with the Olive Blossom shave soap from the Olive Blossom Soap Company. So yeah, we'll have links below so you can check it out. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I'm having Folgers Instant. One more sip. Did I say instance? I meant Folgers Instant. And it's very good this morning. I don't know. That's really a good cup of coffee. I might have hit the really correct ratio of water to coffee, about 1.25 teaspoons to 8 ounces of water, and it seems to be really, really very good. Now, if you know the correct ratio of instant coffee to water, please comment below and let me know. I want to share that with all the viewers out there so they can improve the flavor, taste, and aroma of their cup of instant coffee. All right. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's pay a few bills and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Well, I just received this alert from a new release from Phoenix Shaving, and they write, back by popular demand, our classic homage to Aqua di Gio, Aqua DG. Boom, you asked for it. Aqua DG is one of our most requested fragrances for summer. A light, fresh fragrance, ideal for the summer. Aqua DG is based on a certain fragrance that in recent years has been the #1 best men's seller in the USA. Ah, how it mingles with the aromatics of a summer breeze, flickering like fingers on a flamenco guitar. Here's the scent profile. Top notes are jasmine, rosemary, and hesperidic notes. The heart notes are persimmon fruits and marine notes. The base notes are cedar, patchouli, white musk, and rock rose. If you have been looking for a time-proven summer fragrance that is sure to be a head-turner, look no further. There you go, folks. What Phoenix Shaving claims to be one of our most requested fragrances for summer, Aqua DG. It sounds absolutely wonderful. We'll have a link below. Again, this just dropped when I booted up my email this morning from Phoenix Shaving. Aqua DG will have links below. Well, as long as we're talking about summer and summer shaving scents, especially from Phoenix Shaving, let me put my vote in for one. Son of Honeysuckle. This is available on the Phoenix Shaving website right now. If you've never tried it, this is another great one for the summer months. It is absolutely glorious. Here's what they write. Somewhere lurking in the garden of your memory banks at dusk, hanging in that perfumed summer breeze of your youth, you will catch a whiff of honeysuckle long before you see it. Heady and nectarous, a little like jasmine tinged with vanilla. You know this scent well, and the memories it spawns and will spawn with every shave to come. Absolutely spot on. Son of Honeysuckle is a real wonderful summer scent for your summer shaves. It really is terrific. I've heard from several viewers on how much they love Son of Honeysuckle. Mark Bagwell gives it a couple of big thumbs up. I know that for a fact. I've talked to him. He really likes Son of Honeysuckle, and I've heard from some other viewers out there with equal endorsements. They really, really like Son of Honeysuckle. So check it out, Son of Honeysuckle from Phoenix Shaving, a really wonderful scent for your summer shaves. We'll have links below. And as long as we're talking about summer shaves, don't forget Sterling Soap Company's Glacial collection of shave soaps. These are absolutely marvelous. Offerings like Glacial Cedar, Glacial Mango Sunrise, Glacial Iceberg Island. These are shave soaps that have a really nice amount of menthol to cool you down on those hot summer days when you want to have a great, great shave. For instance, what they have here is Glacial Iceberg Island shave soap. And they write, an intoxicating blend of bergamot, lime, mandarin, coconut, jasmine, hibiscus, lang lang, ginger, sugarcane, musk, and rum. We've taken our star summer scent, Island Man, and plopped him down on an iceberg in the Arctic with a glacial amount of menthol. Yeah, check out the Glacial collection from Sterling Soap Company if you want a great mentholated shave that'll cool you down on those hot summer days. Check out the Glacial collection from Sterling Soap Company. We'll have links below. Okay, one more for summer. It's summertime, and for a lot of us, that means camping, and camping means being out in the woods. And what better shave soap to reflect those kinds of scents and sensations than Sudsy Soapery's Altitude Fougere Tallow Shaving Soap. This is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful scent. A viewer named Greg sent this one to the channel. My thanks to Greg again. Greg, thank you so much. This is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful scent. It captures the great outdoors in those beautiful forestry canopies that are just so inviting and just fill you with so many great outdoor scents and sensations. Here's the scent profile. A slightly bright yet foggy fougere with awakening notes of sweet almond, fern-like notes of oak moss, and forest notes of cedarwood and fir. Absolutely. This really is a good one also for the summer months, especially if you enjoy camping out in the woods. This is a winner. Altitude from Sudsy Soapery. My gosh, this has been great. We've been talking about all these great summertime shaving soap scents that are available from Sterling, Sudsy Soapery, Phoenix Shaving. Yeah, I'm sure there are others out there. If you know of any more, please email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com or comment below and share those. Really, really looking forward to sharing them with all the other viewers on upcoming Monday morning mailbags and the Second Cup podcasts. Yeah, boy, again, as I've always said, this is such a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave because there is so much out there from which to choose in the way of shave soaps, aftershaves, razors, alum blocks, aftershave splashes, on and on. A really, really great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. And here is yet again another wonderful shaving soap from the folks at Sudsy Soapery, Altitude. a Fougere tallow shaving soap. We'll have a link below. Again, my thanks to viewer Greg for very kindly sending this one to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers. And I'm looking forward to having another shave with it. It is that good. We'll have links below. I received this email from viewer Rodney Ripplinger, and I want to pass this on to you and ask you the same question, wondering if this has ever happened to you. Rodney writes, "Hi, Mark. Here is something I never had happen before. I decided to try a Persona blade in my Mula Rocca." Well, I think in Italian that's pronounced Rocca, Rocca. My Mula Rocca or Mula Rocca, depending on what side of the pond you're on, I guess. He continues here, "I proceeded to install a new blade and began my shave. I never had a rough shave with a Persona blade before. First pass was rough, but it got a little better as the shave progressed. Not a great shave, but passable. Maybe the blade was not a good fit for the Rocca, so I hung the blade on a magnet and decided to try it in a milder razor the next day. I removed the blade from the magnet the next day to install it in a different razor. That was when I discovered I actually had been shaving with two blades. There had been two blades stuck together in the wrapper packaging. I tried shaving with one of the blades and it had been kind of ruined for shaving purposes. I wonder how often that happens." Rodney. Hey, Rodney, that's an absolutely great question. I've never had that happen to me before. Has anyone else ever experienced that, where you accidentally get two blades stuck together in one wrapper? I've never heard of this before. Rodney, this is the first time I've ever heard of it. And I'm really curious as to know whether or not anyone else out there has had this experience. Have you ever had two blades stuck together in one wrapper so that when you open them up and install that what you think is a single blade into a safety razor, it's actually two blades stuck together and you get a bit of a rough shave? I've never, ever had that happen to me before, but now that you mention it, Rodney, it's worth double checking whenever you unwrap a razor blade to see if two blades are not accidentally stuck together. Obviously, it's a slip up in the manufacturing and packaging on the end of the razor blade manufacturer, but it's something to look out for when you're unwrapping a brand new razor blade to install in your safety razor. Maybe double check it to make sure it's a single blade and not two blades stuck together. Hey, Rodney, thanks very, very much for this. I'm sorry to hear that you had a rough shave, but it's a valuable piece of information to pass on to viewers and listeners. Thanks very much. Now, before I get out of here, I want to recommend a movie to you, and I happened to see this movie while I was surfing through YouTube. Before I go any further, I just want to say a big thank you to viewer Mark Bagwell for giving me the heads up on movies available on YouTube that are free, but they are ad supported. So in other words, you don't have to subscribe to YouTube in order to get premium content. You can get a lot of great content that is ad supported. That means to say that you have to sit through some ads periodically during the viewing of the movie or some of the videos that you might be watching on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to YouTube, you can pay them a fee, and then those ads will be eliminated, and you'll also be able to get some premium movies, premium movie offerings, from what I understand. But this was a movie that was available, that was ad-supported, and it's The Coconuts, starring the Marx Brothers from 1929. Now, the interesting thing about this movie is that it has been digitally cleaned up, and they have added color to it. Now, the color really isn't the best. It looks like they're using some sort of, well, for lack of a better term, some sort of AI application to add color to it, whereby, and I've seen some demonstrations on this online, where they're keying color in the first few frames and then allowing the computer to track those areas on that frame of film and add that color throughout. And the tracking can sometimes be missed, and the color flickers a little bit. on skin tones and clothing and that sort of thing. The more static areas of the frame, such as backgrounds that aren't moving too much, the color looks really nice. So it's up to you if you want to watch it in color or turn the color down on your particular laptop or television set and watch it in black and white. The bottom line here is it looks very, very good for a film from 1929. That's pretty darn amazing. And the sound is very good. The picture quality is very good. If you find the color to be a little bit, the artificial, the added color to be a little too bothersome, again, you can always turn it down and watch it in black and white, and the black and white picture will be very good. I've done this with some movies that I've come across where they've added color to it using this process, and I have found that just turning the color down and watching it in black and white is very enjoyable. The picture quality is very, very good compared to what we've had in decades past, where you're watching a very grainy, scratchy print of these movies. So it's nice that there has been some digital restoration to it. And I'm assuming that down the road, the process of adding color to these movies is going to get better and better and better to the point where you're not going to be able to tell whether or not the movie was originally shot in black and white or shot in color. And the tracking and the shades of color and the palette are going to increase and get better and better and better, to where it's just a couple of mouse clicks and you'll be able to add color to a complete black and white movie. I think that's kind of the direction we're going in. Anyhow, the movie is The Coconuts from 1929, and as Wikipedia explains, The Coconut is a 1929 pre-code musical comedy film starring the Marx Brothers, Groucho, Harpo, Chico, and Zeppo, produced for Paramount Pictures by Walter Wanger, who is not credited. The film also stars Mary Eaton, Oscar Shaw, Margaret Dumont, and Kay Francis. The first sound film to credit more than one director, Robert Florey and Joseph Santley. It was adapted to the screen by Morris Riskind from the George S. Kaufman Broadway musical play. 5 of the film's tunes were composed by Irving Berlin, including When My Dreams Come True, sung by Oscar Shaw and Mary Eaton. Now, they started filming this on February 4th, 1929 at Paramount's Astoria studio in the New York area during the day, and the brothers would be performing in the Broadway musical Animal Crackers. This was in 1928, and the film was released in 1929. This was the Marx Brothers' first film appearance, The Coconuts. And at the time they were filming this, they were performing in Animal Crackers on Broadway. So working during the day on The Coconuts and performing Animal Crackers at night on Broadway. As they say here, as was common in the early days of sound film, to eliminate the sound of the camera motors, the cameras and the cameramen were enclosed in large soundproof booths with glass fronts to allow filming, hence the largely static camera work. Now, you can see this in the film. However, it's a great piece of film history to see how the film was made, how they pulled off all the scenes. The backgrounds and the scenery are really quite good for being filmed in New York in 1929 to create the atmosphere of Florida, because that's where the story takes place. It takes place in Florida. So it really is pretty amazing that they did this indoors in February to create Florida, the warmth and sunshine of Florida. So that in itself is rather amazing. So it was very enjoyable. There are some very, very funny bits. The plot is rather thin, but what's happening here is they're showcasing the comedy talents of the Marx Brothers. Harpo plays not only the harp, but also the clarinet, which was rather surprising because I didn't know he was a clarinetist. And it's very, very funny. There's some funny bits between Groucho and Chico. And all in all, a really neat piece of film history to view. And if you sit down and look at it from that standpoint, I think it'll be very, very enjoyable. It is quite different from what we experience in cinema today. Again, the camera is rather static. It doesn't move a lot. There is some editing here and there with some shots that are inserted to kind of cover some of the action taking place. But for the most part, it's a camera that's just been set up static with the performers in front going through their performance. There is a funny bit with a hotel room and doors, two hotel rooms side by side and a door between the two rooms and characters coming in and out, rather manic. That was very, very funny and showcases the brothers' humor. But all in all, a really enjoyable film from 1929 with some nice musical numbers. Just be prepared for the fact that it's 1929 and you don't get this big, big sound that you're used to from, say, the 1940s, 1950s musicals, that sort of thing, or what we're used to today being shown on our own home theater screens. So really, a really neat piece of nostalgia, a really neat piece of film history, some very, very funny moments, and a really nice digital restoration of the Coconuts. I don't know who did it or how they did it, but again, they added some color to it, and I think the technology that they're using to add color cuts corners so they can add color very, very quickly. And I think that technology is just going to improve moving forward. But again, if you find it a little bothersome, just turn it down and watch the black and white version. The picture quality is very, very good. And yes, the sound is very, very good, considering that this was made in 1929, just when talkies started. Pretty amazing. From 1929, The Coconuts, starring the Marx Brothers, Groucho, Harpo, Chico, and Zeppo. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that second cup.